Welcome back on Engineering Mathematics 2. We will be talking about the continuity of complex functions, and then we will come to the main topic of differentiability, analyticity, etc. So if the difference in absolutely value between f of z and w naught can be made arbitrarily small by choosing z close enough to z naught, so that was the one definitions we understood about the limit, that if the difference of the absolute value this z and w naught can be made arbitrarily small, then we call that the limit of this f of z as the z approaches to z naught approaches to w naught. And the second part was that if and only if for given epsilon. So this was more mathematical way of expression it. So if and only if for given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive number delta greater than 0 such that modulus f of z minus w naught less than epsilon. Whenever we have a 0 less than modulus z minus z naught less than delta. So we have a one neighborhood here. So if you choose a point z from this delta neighborhood, then the f of z should lie in the epsilon neighborhood. This is the idea of this mathematical definitions, that we can choose any epsilon. So for any epsilon there should exist a delta such that if you choose a z from this delta neighborhood, the f of z should lie in the w naught neighborhood. So this was the idea of the limit, and now we will related this limit to the continuity for f of z at a point z naught. So coming to the continuity of your functions of your complex variable, what we say that your functions f of z is said to be continuous at z equal to z naught if the first condition is that limit z tends to z naught f of z equal to w naught, meaning that the limit should exist. So the point here is that the limit z tends to z naught f of z should exist. If does not exist, we cannot yet talking about the continuity of this functions at z equal to z naught. So this limit should exist, and the second is the f of z should be defined at z naught and intent around the z naught also. Otherwise, you cannot yet talking about the limit. So f of z must be defined at z naught. That means this f of z exists. Just note that for a heading for this limit, f of z may not be defined at z naught, but for continuity the f of z must be defined at z naught, and this f of z naught must be equal to the limit w naught, which we have just discussed in this point 1. So the w naught must be equal to f of z naught. So if we have these three conditions fulfilled, meaning that the limit of f of z should exist at z tends to z naught, the second is the f of z must be defined at f of z naught, and f of z naught is equal to w naught. Alternately, we also can be defined this, or it is a equivalent to say that the function f of z equal to u of x comma y plus iv of x comma y is continuous at the point z naught equal to x naught plus I y naught. Is a continuous at the point z naught is equal to x naught plus I y naught if and only if the functions u of x comma y and v of x comma y are continuous at x naught comma y naught. So this is another way, or we can easily define this continuity in terms of this functions of two variables u of x comma y and v of x comma y if they are continuous at a point x naught plus comma y naught. Then we call that is a functions is also continuous at this point x naught plus I y naught. So this is what we call the continuity, and there is a also called terminology or removable discontinuities. So what is this? So if the limit exists, so this first point which we have defined there show the limit exist, but it is not equal to f of z naught. That means the third one is not fulfilled here, that is the f of z naught is not equal to the limit which we got with this f of z as z approaches to z naught. So we call such a point z naught as a point or removable discontinuity, since by redefining f of z naught, so if we just redefine the value of the functions at the particular point z naught, to be same as the limit, then the functions become a continuous. Now we will moving to the most important topic of the actually the differentiability of your functions of your complex variable. So to define the differentiability, we saw a function f of z is said to be differentiable at a point z naught belongs to C if limit delta z tends to 0 f of z naught plus delta z minus f of z naught by delta z has a limit. Show what is a Gaussian's limit delta z tends to 0 f of z naught plus delta z minus f of z naught by delta z. So we are talking about the differentiability at z naught. So we have a increment here with f of z naught plus delta z minus f of z naught and divided by the delta z. The same definitions what we have a real number as well. So we have here already discussed for the vector valid functions, and this is a complex numbers that have a two component x and y. So we can also thinking like vector functions there, and we have already limit delta tends to 0 f of z naught plus delta z minus f of z naught by delta z. If this limit exits independence of the path, that is a natural, otherwise you will not call that this limit exists if we have a exit a path and got the limit, so that is not a basically the limit. So the limit should exit independently of both, that is a delta z approaches to 0. So this f of z is a set of the differentiable at the point z naught if this limit exit independence of the path is in which this delta z approaches to 0. So if the limit exit, that is called the derivatives of f at this z naught and usually defined by the f dash of z naught. So the standard notations what are the using early as well. So just to look at the simple example that how to find the differentiability, how to find the derivative. So let us find the derivative of this f of z equal to z squared. So we will use the fundamental definitions that f dash of z, if this limit exceed, then we can yes that this f dash of z, we assume that this limit exit, because we know in the example the limit is going to exit, so delta z tends to 0. So we have here taken a general point z here, we did not here fix the point. So f of z plus z delta z minus f of z by delta z, and the function is f of z equal to z squared. So this we can here replace now z plus delta z square minus z squared by delta z. So we can open the square there. So we have a z square plus delta z square plus 2z delta z minus z square is already there. So this is a z square and this z square gets cancel, and we have here 2z plus delta z and this value, and delta z tends to 0. So this will go to 0 and we have this value equal to 2z. So there is extensions of this differentiability in the context of this complex variable or complex functions, and we call it a like analyticity. So we will just understood now what is the analytic functions, what is the differentiable functions we have already seen. So if your derivative f dash of z exists at all the points z of your domain D, then f of z is said to be analytic in D. So looking at this now, we do not see any difference and differentiability and analyticity. So if the derivative f dash of your z exists at all points z of your domain D, then we also call that f of z as differentiable in D. But now we are talking about here that f of z is analytic in D. So what is the difference? So let me just clear it out. When we are talking about this domain which we consider open domain, usually whenever we are considering a domain, so here if this derivative f dash of z exit at all points z of the domain, then the f of z is also differentiable in D. F of z is also analytic in D. So there is no difference as such, and the terms regular and holomorphic and also used for analytic functions. The main difference will come when we talking about a point that f of z is a differentiable at a point z naught, and f of z is analytic at a point z naught. Then the real difference of this analyticity and differentiability will come into the picture. So here the f of z is the set of the analytic at a point z naught if there exists a neighborhood. So that is important that, and this, so actually that is analyticity is a little more than differentiability. Differentiability does not implies analyticity, because the function is said to be analytic at a point if there exists a neighborhood at all the point of which w f of z exit meaning of for analyticity f of z. The function should not be only be the differentiable at z0, but should also be differentiable in neighborhood of z0. So that is a difference where we can understood what is the analyticity and what is the differentiability. For the differentiability at a point, we have just defined that if the limit exit in the previous slide. We have seen that limit exit, so the functions is differentiable at z0. But now for analyticity, the differentiability at z0 is not sufficient, but if the function is not only differentiable at z0 but also in it is a neighborhood, there exists a neighborhood can be the small, but is that should exit a neighborhood at all. This is a point in the neighborhood. The function should have a derivatives, it should be the differentiable, then we have a function is analytic. So there is a well known the Cauchy-Riemann equations. This is are called the CR equations, which are used for verifying that is a given function is analytic and or not without going through all the fundamental definitions of differentiability. And then we have here too for analyticity at a point, we have to also check whether a neighborhood exists where the function is again differentiable, then only we can claim that this analytic function. So the CR equations help to certain extent for identity that is a functions is analytic or not. So here is the statement. So if f of z is equal to u of x comma y plus iv of x comma y be a function of a complex variable z, then dou u by dou x is equal to dou v by dou y, and dou u by dou y equal to minus dou v by dou x. So this is the equations are called the Cauchy-Riemann equation. So first this is just the definitions of CR equation. So for a function f of z equal to u of x comma y plus iv of x comma y, we check if you have a this is a two equations are satisfied, or this is a two relations are satisfied, and this is relations are called the Cauchy-Riemann equations. Now next is, so we have a CR equations. Now the important result of this discussions is the necessary and sufficient condition of your analyticity. So a necessary conditions for that is f of z be analytic in a domain D is that u and v satisfy CR equations in D. So this is a necessary conditions, that is a functions will be the analytic in a domain if this u and v will satisfy CR equation. So what do you mean by this necessary condition? It is clear that if this is a conditions are not satisfied, if CR equation are not satisfied, then this function is not going to be analytic. Intent, we will see in this proof itself, it is not about the analyticity, it is also about the differentiability. So if the CR equations are not satisfied at a point, then the function will not be differentiable. Or here we are talking about the whole domain. So if the CR equations are not satisfied in the domain, then the functions will not be differentiable. Even forget about the analyticity, because the analyticity is also more, I mean either they have the same notations if you're talking about the domain. Otherwise if you're talking about a point, then analyticity is a more than differentiability. So here are necessary conditions for the differentiability or for the this analyticity in a domain D is that U and V must satisfy the CR equation. So the must satisfy the CR equations, otherwise this function is not going to be analytic. This is what is a necessary means. So these conditions will be the very useful to prove that the given functions is not a differentiable or it is a not analytic. The second is the where we have the sufficient conditions that if we find the partial derivatives appearing the CR equation means this ux, vy, uy and vx. If they are the continuous, then CR equations are sufficient for analyticity of f of z. So we have the continuous for under which we are sure that the functions will be analytic or functions will be differentiable. So this is our condition, that is a CR equations, all the derivative appearing their first order partial derivatives. If they are continuous, then the CR equations are sufficient to prove to claim that is a condition is analytic or definitely differentiable. So here just two notes. So here we have, if the extents of a partial derivative is known, then the following formula can be used for it is an evaluation for the derivatives. So just in the previous slide we have seen, if you know ux vx or we know vy uy exit, then this derivative we can compute just directly by having this partial derivative with respect to x or with respect to y. So this is a nice formula for getting the derivative without your fundamental definitions. For the instance, the note 2, the CR equations are necessary condition for differentiability at a point, and there are not a satisfied that f dash of z does not exist at the point. So the function is not differentiable at that point and CR equation hold at a point z naught. Then f may be not differentiable because this is our necessary conditions, not sufficient condition. For sufficient condition we need additional of continuity of this is a partial derivatives. So if the CR equation hold, then we cannot say anything whether the functions will be differentiable and analytic at that point or it is not analytic at that point. For that we have yet to go to for the further test, that is a continuity of this ux, uy, vx, vy, and so this CR equations are very useful for proving that the function, the derivative does not exist, but for differentiable or analytic we have a CR equations are not sufficient, there are just necessary. If this quotient exists, this is then the function is differentiable and this value is hold the derivative of the function and the function is said to be analytic at a point z naught. Because here the two definitions differ. So for the function is a set of analytic if there exists a neighborhood at all point of which f dash of z exists. So the analyticity is a little more than the differentiability. So which can be observed this when we are talking about a point and the necessary conditions, we have learned it for analyticity or differentiability at a point is that this is a CR equations must be satisfied. And if this is a partial derivative appearing here or also continuous, then this is continuous become sufficient for claiming that the function is differentiable or even analytic. So that is all for this lectures and thank you for your attention.